welcome back to another video. What up, my realists? It's Stephen, and welcome back to another Thursday video. I hope y'all are doing great. As you can probably tell from the title on my shirt, this video is gonna be about something really freaking awesome. And that, of course, is the new movie based on the hit Broadway musical In the Heights. Now, I finally saw In the Heights a few days ago, and I have a lot of thoughts about it. Some are good, some are bad, some are like, okay, I guess. And we're gonna go through all of that together. This is gonna be like the first review thing that I've ever done on my channel. Usually I do like reaction videos, but then I guess this could be a reaction video, but not like the scripted reaction videos I do. But yeah, so this video is gonna be me talking about my favorite and least favorite parts of the movie. And I hope you guys agree with what I have to say. But before we get to that, I just want to say if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms at Stephen Flores for Facebook and at Stephen J. Flores for Twitter and Instagram. And if you like this video and want to see more videos like this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for me, will ya? So without further ado, let's move on with the video. So we're gonna start off with what I thought sucked about the movie. Now, this movie is not perfect. I know like so many people like it. It's like at 97% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. But like every single other movie, it is not perfect. And I'm gonna list down some of the reasons why it's not perfect. First off, I don't know if it's just me, but some of the musical numbers are structured in a way that for me, I couldn't like get the message of what they were trying to say. This is especially evident in the first song, In the Heights. Like, you know that scene where the three salon ladies come in. I'm so distracted by what's going on and all the camera angles and like Usnavi popping in to say the names and all of that I couldn't really understand what the three of them were talking about in the first place. Now I know what they were talking about. I've seen the musical like 3 times. Like, I've seen it on stage 3 times, so I knew what they were talking about. But if I was a first time viewer, I would be so confused with what they were talking about, which is sad because like that's one of the funniest like lines in the whole show. And this is a theme throughout the entire show. Like, it was a theme with No Me Diga. Like, for some reason it just didn't work for me. Like, I couldn't understand what they were saying, and I think that's because there was like an overproduction of it, if that makes any sense. Like, you get so distracted by what's on screen that you don't really understand what's going on with the music. But yeah, that could just be me. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but like, yeah. Second, what I don't like is they cut so many songs. They basically gutted the entire act 2, or like half of act 2 or something like that, and it all stems from their decision to make Abuela Claudia immediately die after she sings Paciencia FM before she gets to give the ticket to Usnavi. Because of that, a lot of songs had to get cut, like Everything I Know and Hundreds of Stories, which is so sad because those 2 songs are really good. Plus, they cut the really good song Enough because they cut the whole character of Nina's mom, which I guess makes it more interesting because like there's now this whole dynamic of him being like a single dad and everything like that. But for me, I like the musical the way it is. Like, I would like to see a musical that literally just transplants the story from like the stage like directly on the screen. But I know there have to be changes so that it makes sense like in the movie and everything like that. I mean, Les Mis had their songs rearranged, Hairspray had their songs rearranged, and a lot of musicals that become movie versions have a lot of their songs cut. But like I said, I just felt like In the Heights cut out some of the really like the strongest songs in the entire like album, which is really sad. But then, you know, what can you do? And lastly, I think I already mentioned this in the last answer, but the way they arranged the songs just like didn't work for me. Like, having Paciencia y Fe come after the blackout, that just like didn't work at all for me. And then like moving like Benny's Dispatch, I think, to the second song, and when it should have been Breathe, was kind of weird for me too. I think the worst of them all is having Carnaval del Barrio being after the death of Abuela Claudia, which I guess makes sense because like they're trying to enliven up their spirits after like their matriarch passes away. But also, it seems so weird for them to be celebrating like that when she literally just died. I don't know, but that's just me. But fortunately enough, those are the only 3 things that I did not like about this movie. There's a bajillion reasons why I love this movie. Now let's go through all of them. 1, it was perfectly cast. Anthony Ramos as Usnavi was like the best choice they could have made. He brought so much dynamics to the character. Like, it was such a good, solid performance. Plus, his voice and his rapping is like really good. Everyone here was perfectly cast. Nina, perfectly cast. Vanessa, perfectly cast. The 3 salon ladies, all perfectly cast. Jimmy Smits as the dad of Nina, perfectly cast too. But I think the best casting choice they could have gone with is for Olga Meredith sorry, I don't know her name. Like, I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, her being Abuela Claudia was the best decision they could have made. She deserves to win an Oscar for this. Like, for Paciencia y Fe alone, her performance in that song deserves to be like in the Oscar conversation. Like, that's how good she is. I'm really sad that she lost the Tony when she was on In the Heights on Broadway. I feel like she deserved it too, but what can you do? Number 2, the dance numbers in this thing are incredible. The choreography is out of this world. If you guys saw the synchronized swimming and synchronized dancing in the pool, come on, that has to be one of the best scenes of the entire year. Plus the whole street dancing scene for In the Heights, or like the whole party fiesta thing in Carnaval del Barrio. Basically, these big production numbers are so good. Third reason why this movie is great is because of the interpretations of all of the songs. Like how they interpreted Paciencia y Fe as this ballet, like, show that takes place in the subways of New York, or like I said, the pool scene for 96,000. It just made it such an interesting place to shoot. Plus Nina and Benny like walking on the walls like Spider-Man. I mean, dancing on the walls like Spider-Man. That was a pretty cool scene. And just like the imaginativeness, is that a word? Imaginativity? Oh, I have no idea. But the inventiveness of all of these numbers like was out of the park. John Chu, like he was like, this direction is amazing. Like, he really made every single musical number pop and come alive and all of that. It was just really nice to see. Next, there are a lot of heartfelt, touching moments that I thought really propelled this to like another level. The biggest one being the song Alabanza. That song was just amazing. Like, oh my god. And it gave me so many chills when they were like gathered in the street with candles and they were all raising them up. I was like, oh my god. Like, I was shedding tears. Like, literal tears came down, guys. Plus songs like It Won't Be Long Now and Breathe and When the Sun Goes Down, where it's just like these like wholesome, super emotional, like I want songs for these characters, is just amazing. Lin-Manuel cannot miss. He cannot miss for the life of him. He is just that good. I don't know when his next musical is gonna come out, but I hope it comes out soon because I'm gonna be the first in line to watch it. Next up, the singing here was amazing, and that's what happens when you cast people who can actually sing. Literally, the voices of everybody here was so good, including like even the roles as minor as like Sunny, or like Carla or Kuka. Literally everybody could sing, and that just like made it so much better. Now I'm gonna tell you guys my top 5 favorite scenes from the movie. The scenes that I thought were just like mind-bogglingly amazing. Number 5 is the Alabanza scene. I already went over this earlier in the video, but oh my god, that scene gave me chills. Literal chills. How the whole community gathered to remember Abuela Claudia even though their block was disappearing and all of that. It could actually be an allegory for the disappearance or the displacement of like immigrants. This whole movie was just basically about the immigrant experience, and it did it so well. But yeah, Alabanza has to be one of my favorite scenes. Number 4 is When the Sun Goes Down. I think that's the name of the song. From what I know, it's the name of the song. But yeah, when Benny and Nina were like dancing on the building. I don't know how they filmed that because that was just amazing. I'm like legit curious how they filmed that because that was just like, I am shocked. But yes, one of my favorite scenes. Like, I love that scene so much. Next up is the first song, In the Heights. The way they structured everything, where everything, like all the minor actions and everything were always to the beat of the song or to the rhythm of the song. Like, that's how well choreographed this entire sequence was, and that just made it pop and stand out and be alive and all of that. Love the direction of that scene. It was just amazing. Plus Anthony Ramos is dancing at the end. I did not know he could dance like that. He is such a good dancer. Next up is the 96,000 pool scene, just because of the synchronized swimming and the synchronized dancing, and just like the whole vibe of the scene is so summer. It's so like, I can't wait to be outside with my friends and I'll jump in the pool. I did love this scene. Like, it was such a well done scene, and I think like everybody should like look at this particular scene as like the blueprint of like how big production numbers should be. And my favorite scene in this entire movie has to be Paciencia y Fe. How they did the whole dance, like ballad, ballerina, Swan Lake thing that was going on was just amazing. And like the cuts on these things, and like the cuts that they did were so good. And of course, Olga Meredith's performance is just amazing. That ending still makes me cry when she's like, I survived, I did it, now do I leave or stay? And she was choosing whether or not to like die or not, and she just like chose to like leave. Such an impactful moment with such beautiful dancing and beautiful symbolism about the immigrant like experience, especially from like way back when. It's just a really, really, really well done scene. So yes, that's all I have to say about In the Heights. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it a 9. That was a solid, solid, solid movie. If you guys have HBO Max or you can see it in theaters, go see it right now. It is an amazing movie and deserves the attention that it gets. So yeah, that's my video for today, guys. What are your thoughts about the In the Heights movie? I want to hear about them. Comment them down below. And yes, I will see you guys next week for my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like, hit the subscribe button, like button down there. My last videos are to my left and to my right in the description of my social media stuff. Let me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Until next time, guys. See ya.